The 2017 team is now the first Aggies team ever to start 9-0. The Aggies are also only one of two undefeated teams in Division I AA, along with James Madison. Without further ado, head coach Rob Broadway.
Good afternoon, everybody. Again, thank you for coming. As I say every time we win, it was a good win. And win is hard. And I'm so proud of our coaching staff, the job that they're doing, the way they're teaching these guys. And I'm extremely proud of our players. And to be 9-0, I think is special. And a lot of people have done a lot of work to get us to this point, especially our players and our coaching staff. So my hat's off to them and the effort they've put in and the work they've done to get us there. You know, it's a place that, you know, you're in thin air, you know, but we have a lot of work to do. And we need to go 10-0. That's our goal, is go 10-0 and see if we can continue winning and getting better as we go. But I thought last week's game was a good game for us. I thought we started a little slow and wasn't playing as fast as I thought we could play. And at halftime, of course, the coaches made some adjustments. We came back to play a little bit faster and played much better in the second half and was able to get out there with a win. And so it's a challenge for us. But again, let's don't take this light. Let's enjoy this ride, man, because it's been special, you know, and everything's ahead of us. Everything we work for is ahead of us. We got to continue to get better and continue to stay focused on where we are and where we're trying to go. We started flying around. We started playing with the energy. Guys started having some fun. You know, for some reason, we looked a little bit slow that first drive or so. I thought we weren't kicking the way we should be. And I think we started playing a little bit faster and starting getting a little bit better as the game wore on. Maybe some of us having a week off and, you know, not having the game speed out of the blocks that we had. But I thought the second half we was flying. I mean, those guys can run. You know, those guys can run. I love watching our football team run. When they run like they can run, man, it's a beautiful thing to watch. I think we have a leadership committee that meets every Thursday, and you know, that's, I guess, one of my favorite times of the week is having an opportunity to sit down and talk with the leadership committee. And you know, I guess the one thing as head coach, sidetracking a little bit, one thing as head coach that you miss is the daily interaction with the group where you don't have that daily contact with guys. We have to oversee everything, but having a group that you work with every day, that's very rewarding as a football coach. So my time is usually with the leadership committee every Thursday, and I really enjoy that. But with that said, I think they've done a great job of taking ownership, policing one another, and making everybody stand up and be accountable for what they do day in and day out. And I think that's what I've never been on a good team that didn't have outstanding leadership. So my hat's off to the leadership committee and the job they're doing. Well, I think there's a lot of room for improvement. You know, one of the things that really irritates you is, you know, we had 9 penalties Saturday. We had 2 turnovers. And so, some of that is mental, you know. And we had a couple of non-planned penalties, which we got to get better. And I'm not just talking about just play when I'm talking about getting better. Of course, I'm always talking about fundamentals and technique and effort because that's the base of who we are. But there's the little things, steps, there's hands, there's eyes, and we got to stay trained in those areas. And we got to get better in all those areas and continue to get better as a football team because that's the sign of a champion, someone that can repeat their performance week in and week out and continue to get better as they're doing that. That's how you win championships. You know, we're just going to try to be better this week than last week. That's our goal, to play better, play harder, play faster, and smarter than last week. We're always chasing excellence. That's what we are. That's who we are. We're chasing excellence. We'll never catch it, but that's our goal, is to chase it, and it'll take you a lot further if you're chasing average. So we're going to continue to chase it. We're going to try to play our best game that we played to date this weekend. Oh, it's everything. You know, it's how you prepare. It's your focus. It's your effort, it's your technique, it's your fundamentals. There's a lot of components that goes into this. That's why you never get there, because there's too many areas where you have to be excellent at. But again, it's better to chase it than to chase average. And I think we've taken some giant steps this year as a football team. I think our players have taken some giant steps, and it's really grown, individually and as a team this year. So I'm proud of where we are, but not pleased with where we are because we have a lot of work to do. Well, I may have mentioned to him last week, I think, anytime you have an opportunity to do something that's never been done is very important. One of the things I try to get the guys to understand, and we use the A&T for example, in changing the culture of America, they didn't go down to Woolworth for one day. It was day after day after day after day before you could see a change. And that's what we're trying to do. It's day, we're week after week after week, and we're seeing the changes. Well, I like their attack. I like how they try to attack you offensively. And, they have some good athletes. The quarterback's smooth. He's a good athlete. They have some receivers. They have a running back. Some linebackers that can run. They have some good skill. They have some really nice players, but I think scheme-wise it's impressive on what they're doing, and you can tell they know what they're doing, as far as football is concerned. They get a hat on a hat, and the eyes are in the right place as far as looking up, trying to prevent the run-throughs and things like that. And those are things I look for as far as, if the team's well coached, and they do a good job with that. They won the last two. And I've said this a number of times, you can see the progress that they've made. It's a well-coached football team. They've gotten better. They beat the last two opponents they played, and they've been in some games. But we're going to make this about us this week. We're chasing something, and we're going to try to reach out and grab it. Everything we're working for is right ahead of us, so we got to stay focused, and we got to play smart, and we got to play hard. And if we do that, I like our chances. One of the things you try to do each week, and we talk about this all the time as a staff, how do we get them focused? How do we get them prepared this week? What steps do we take? And one of the things that we talk about a lot too, Jeff, is it's all about us. It's about how we play. And if we're chasing excellence, it doesn't matter who we're playing, as long as we're playing as good as we can play, and as long as we prepare as hard as we can, and, with enthusiasm and effort and all that, I think we have a chance. But we're always trying to take that next step. Well, I think the entire defense played well, for the most part. Yeah, I mean, you can nitpick and go back and see some areas that, you definitely can make some improvement in. There was a couple of alignments problems we had a couple of bad fields, and of course technique was bad at times. But overall, I thought the defense played really well. Anytime you hold somebody to mountainous yards rushing, that means 11 people playing and flying around having a good time, and that's what you saw out there Saturday. There was a couple of plays they couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage because we were penetrating so hard and quick. And I thought our defensive staff did a great job of getting a plan together to help us be successful. I think we're, we got a couple guys, but for the most part, we're pretty healthy for 10 weeks into the season. And, yeah, we're okay.
How critical has that been?
Well, we were actually beat up the first part of the season. We lost 3-4 defensive linemen. We was trying to piece that together, and it was tough hanging in there. It's not a lot of things that I talk about, but we had 3-4 defensive linemen out at one time, and we were playing guys that we didn't think would play this year, but they stepped in and did a great job, and the coaches did a great job of getting the guys ready to play. So we overcame that. Now we lost a receiver here, we lose a guy here, but we're getting enough depth now. If we don't get wiped out, we can survive somehow. There's times when we're really good. There are times when we're really good, and there's some times when we're not so good. But the thing that I'm pleased with now is that and we've talked about this over the course of the years here in trying to build our program, the distance has closed a great deal from our good and our bad. You know, there's not that much distance between us. Before, when we were good, we were up here. When we were bad, we were down here. Now, when we're good, we're still here. But our bad is closed, so there's not that much space, and there's not that much room for getting your butt beat when you're not playing as well as you can play. Absolutely nothing, Jeff. It's great that you recognize that, and what's important for me is to see our guys have success, because I've been doing this a long time, and I learned a long time ago it isn't about me. This is about my players, my coaches, the athletic department, and the administration. And I'm happy for them to be in that position, because we've come a long way. And again, when you say I hadn't done anything, man. I hadn't caught a pass, I hadn't thrown a pass, I hadn't tackled anybody. I hadn't, it's all the players. Give those guys the credit. They deserve it all. And don't put so much, don't give me any of that, because, again, when you say, have you ever seen me tackle anybody? No, seriously, have you?
A long time. I saw you dance on the side.
Okay, some of you old heads in here may have seen me tackle somebody back in the 70s, but other than that, I hadn't. So let's give credit where credit is due, and that's to our players and our coaching staff. Our coaching staff's done a great job, I think, preparing our guys and teaching.